Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I got back from Georgia Saturday afternoon at about 1 o'clock and had a blast down in Georgia at the National Equipment League competition. The guys kicked butt while I was gone on harvest, and they got a lot done, and we're down to our last 90 acres. So as you can see, we got the 2388 sitting here, got the 4955 and a grain cart sitting here. The only thing that's not sitting here is my John Deere 9650 STS. So in a little bit, when Dad gets out of the house, we're gonna go grab that combine, get it here to the shop, get fuel in it, and we're gonna try to attack that 90 acres today and see if we can't get it all picked. We'll see what happens, but woke up this morning to some pretty wet conditions. So I'm not sure how it's going to go. We might have to wait a little bit. Hopefully the sun will come out. But the nice thing is that when I left, it was about 22 degrees here. And it was super cold, and we were fighting a lot of things. We were fighting the old T800 Kenworth, and I ended up having some frozen up airlines that wouldn't allow the air suspension to air up. So I started trying to thaw things out, and I ended up melting one of the little airlines and started pulling around some others, and they shattered like glass because it was so cold. It might have been like 18 degrees that morning. But I ended up replacing like 25 foot of airlines, and by the time I was done, I was over it. So what we're going to do is we are going to open the hood up, and I'm going to try to get some airline antifreeze into the main air feed line, and hopefully that airline antifreeze over today, being it's a nice day out. It's about, it's 50 something already this morning. Hopefully over the course of the next couple days, that airline antifreeze will migrate through the truck, and next time we have a cold snap, it won't be an issue. I'm also going to have to get some worked into the lowboy trailer, because that's the trailer that's going to go back on this truck as soon as we're done with corn harvest. So we'll open that hood up, get some dumped in, and then we'll move on to what else we need to do today. And hopefully we'll get finished up. If not today, tomorrow, and we'll be able to stick a fork in corn harvest. And all I got left at that point is this little bit of ear corn, but the big combines can be put away, the grain cart can be put away, and we can move on to some other things and get a bunch of other things done. But happy to be back in Indiana. The interesting thing about Georgia was it wasn't very much warmer. The first day, I think it only got up into the 40s, and then the second day of the competition, that morning was pretty cold. There was frost on the ground, and pretty interesting though, but great experience all around. Had a ball being there, getting to run a lot of new of the Hyundai heavy equipment. Can't say enough about the experience. All great people to work with. Triple Crown got us all kinds of cool gear. Got shirts, hats, hoodies, just cool stuff. I'll have to show you sometime. You'll see in the channel. You'll actually see during the competition. That competition will be on Hyundai Construction Equipment's YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch it there. First episode is supposedly going to come out around Christmas time, but I'll make sure that I announce it on YouTube when it's out so everybody can watch it, and I'll be sharing it on all my social pages also. So, all right, let's get started and get something done today. Well, we're going to try to get some of this airline antifreeze worked in this truck. So I'm going to take the main air supply line off here. Now, if you can find other places to put it in, that's great. This is what I usually do, and it works pretty well. They also, I don't know if they still make them anymore, but the Gradall actually has one on it, since it is a air operated system. But they used to make like a jar that you would thread like a glass jar in, or it's like a base that you thread a glass jar in, and that it kind of siphons it out over time and gets it mixed in the air as it goes in. But this truck don't have one, or they got a deal that goes on where the glad hands go for the air supply for the trailer, but we don't have one of them either. But this is what we're using, just some antifreeze. Pour some of this in just slowly. Hit the funnel, Brandon. There we go. You don't want to go too fast. Don't quite have the right angle on it. There we go. That's trying to hold it so the camera can see it. There we go. Get some more down in there. Now this will go down into tanks, and then it'll get dispersed and airflow through the truck. Oh, I put too much in too fast. All right, we'll get that worked in there, and then we'll put some in later probably. So get this hooked back up. And kind of the idea was that this truck sat since last Friday, and I knew it was out of air, drained down, because you know they're older trucks and they don't hold air that long. So kind of figured perfect time to do it. These trucks are loaded, so as soon as I'm done here, we're gonna start them, and as soon as George gets here, we'll head to the elevator and get them dumped and get ready for today. Go ahead and throw this airline back on. I need to look and see if them are still available that work it into the airline as you go over time. They probably still are, but they're expensive though. All right, sounds like George is here, so get these trucks started and we'll get to the elevator. Let's go back to the Pete and get it started. Another project I want to get done. I want to get Dirty Peter going again. Got to get back on that truck. All right. So ladies, if your boyfriend don't know what I just did there, you have a girlfriend. On a Caterpillar, that sets the rack up, so it makes the engine start easier. Advances it a little bit and starts it right up. Well, we had a little bit of a change of plans. What we're going to do is we're going to go dump these trucks, come back, throw the lowboy back behind the blue one, and we're going to run up and get the crane from the river, because Dad said that it's supposed to get pretty cold, and it's pretty wet right now, so we can't pick corn. So we thought, well, we'll utilize the time to run up there and get the crane while it's nice out, as we know that it's not froze to the ground. We'll get it home. I want to get it over to my place because I got a lot of stuff I want to do to it. I want to get some things fixed on it. So that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. So let's head to the co-op, dump, come back, and switch trailers. Well, we made it here to the elevator. Let's stop the truck, jump out, go on tarp. George is already over on the scale getting weighed in. Get weighed and see which pit we're going to. I believe we're going to go to pit 3 today. Should be dry corn. Let's see where George is going. Oh, looks like we're going straight in. Must be taking dry corn in pit 1 today. got the hopper off of it. We're gonna back up. We're gonna get the lowboy trailer hooked up. This turned out really nice. I'm officially done digging here, so we're gonna get the crane up to the road now. Dad's just looking things over because he hasn't been back here since we finished it up. We'll get the crane out to the road, get it broke down, and George is gonna come back here with the dozer, grade all this off, and then we're gonna bring an excavator back and do a little shaping later. But the goal is for today to get the crane home and the dozer home, and the crane home before anything freezes up again, and I won't be able to get it out of here, because if it sits in this, it gets froze to it, it'd be a nightmare, because them flat crane pads, they stick fast pretty good. So just be nice to get it home, and I need it there anyways, and get working on it. Well, we made it up here to the road. That was half the battle, getting back off that levee. So we go ahead and start knocking some of this apart. Can't do it one-handed. That pin, there's no keepers in it. It just kind of free balls in there. You get to come out a certain way, it comes right out. Must have a little bit of a mushroom on the end of the pin. It won't come out of the crow's foot. Go ahead and just cut the cable off because I need to redo all that anyway. Yeah, it is.
Milwaukee, baby.
Yep, there we go. Now the wedge lock and all that'll stay together. It's got to be off to go through the tip of the boom anyways. So, all right, I got to finish getting this pin out. Just take these drag chains and throw them in there. Dump cable. Throw it in there. I'll just kind of tuck that in with the bobcat forks. All right, roll my drag cable up and get my hoist cable rolled up. And then we're ready to set the boom down. We gotta lower the gantry. There's 2 pins back there. I gotta put a safety chain in it so it don't go flying up. And then we gotta get the bridle down. It's got a little perch that sits on there. We'll chain that to the heel, and then I'll pick the boom, just the heel of the boom back up, and it'll be ready to go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set the boom down on the ground, get everything freed up, and start taking some pins out. Okay, so we got to get the pennant cables that actually hold the boom up. We got to get the pins out of the bridle that hold them to the bridle. So we got to pull it out with a chain come along. If not, it's got so much cable weight on it that it'll go flying back towards the crane. So we pull it out, and then it gives us slack to work with to get the pins out. Don't take a whole lot. I'm gonna tighten up here pretty soon. There it goes. Well, it's hard to chain anything on this boom because there's nothing straight across from each other. Need to weld some D-rings on the boom.
I can let this off, right?
Yeah.
We'll go a little farther back and change.
I'm gonna go pick it up a little bit, then we'll start taking the boom pins off. Not how I usually like to do it, but that's how it's doing it. Knock that one out. Don't ever go under the boom. Always stick something under, drag something out. There we go. That one's out. That one out on that side?
Nope.
Nope. You go around that side and knock them out. It's on the ground there somewhere. So now when I set the boom back down, it'll relieve the stress on the top pins. We'll be able to get them out. I don't know where it ended up. Here, drive this up. We'll worry about it later. There it is. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now we can hinge it down and lay it on the ground. It's a lot of work owning old drag lines, isn't it? It's not like flipping a switch in the cab and everything coming apart and laying it on trailers. It's a lot involved. A lot of fun though. Sitting perfectly level, this would be a lot easier. And limited to where we go. There we go. Boom's off. The easy part's over. Hard part's getting it on the trailer. Well, the only thing left to do is to drop the gantry down, and all that consists of is you take the two pins out up there, and then you set the boom down first, take the pins out, and then you drop that down some more, and then just put the pins back in right here. It's not hard at all to do. loading the sections on the trailer. It's a little deceiving where to pick it up from. You'd think you need to be farther to that end, but this end is a lot heavier actually. So we'll get that sat on the trailer, get my bucket on there, get that chain down. We get the trailer out of the way, then I can get out on the road and we'll get loaded up. There's no way to back the lowboy in here to get loaded in here because you got this old railroad bed right here and it's a huge hump. And they leave it that way because it kind of acts as a levee if the river ever floods. So they don't want to dig that out. It'd be nice to dig that out to where you could back the truck in here and have a nice place to set and load out. Must be as far as he wants to go. Well, we got everything stacked on the trailer nicely. It's all chained on, strapped on, ready to go home. Now I'm gonna travel the crane out to the road and try to get it on the lowboy. So with its one bum clutch, which the same clutch that swings is the same clutch that drives the tracks, it might be a little difficult. So what we're gonna do is I think I'm gonna try to help nudge it on the trailer with the drag cable. And I think that'll help me break over center also when I get to that point. And that's kind of the hardest point to get it to overcome when going up on the trailer. So see what happens. I think it's the best way to do it.
Now that away just a hair if you can. A little level.
Well, that wasn't too bad. For having that bum clutch. That needs to be a challenge at the operator's challenge, is to get a drag line or any cable crane of this sort loaded on a trailer. Well, there we go. It's all chained on and ready to go. Got the red flags on the tracks. Got the boom secured so it can't bounce. House lock's locked, can't swing. So we're good to go. So good thing, because I'm getting hungry. Well, we made it home, got it all unchained. Gonna go ahead and back it off and get it off the trailer so we can move on to some other things today. Well, let's try this again. I didn't expect an outrigger was going to bust off the side of the trailer and cause all these issues. So took a micro Richard and piled some dirt up, put some blocks under there, piled some dirt up, and we should be okay now. I'll leave it free spool. Well, that got a little wild coming off the trailer, but hey, it's off the trailer. That's all I care. So I'm going to do a bunch of track work now, and I'm going to get some new outriggers for the side of this trailer. That's ridiculous. Can't believe that one shattered like that. Now, how did it break after loading and unloading it? I don't get it. But it broke. Looks pretty fresh too. Huh. I'll go to Talbert and get some new ones. I think it's because I don't have enough of them on the front. And I should have had some more blocks of wood stacked up, I suppose. So some of it's my fault, but hey, you'll have that on them big jobs. So, all right, George is gonna clean this up a little bit, get the trailer hooked back up, and get the boom sections unloaded next. What would we do without Micro Richard? Hey, get some tarps folded up too, now that they're thawed out. So much to do and so little time to do it. Alright, George and I are going to get this stuff unhooked or unloaded off the trailer. That chain might be a hair long. Just bring your hook all the way, make one big loop out of it. There you go. There, yeah, perfect. That'll work. Got plenty of chain, that's for sure. We're gonna organize this stuff later. Just wanted to get it off the trailer because we haven't even had lunch yet and it's already 4 o'clock. Yep. So I'm really hungry. I told George, I said we'll just throw this stuff off however we can throw it. Then because I want to set my boom sections on some kind of lumber. I don't want them just sitting in the dirt the whole time. Oop, it's not quite in the center. Oh. Them later because I want to set them on wood and everything else. I'll probably set that one off that side. Just set it right on the ground on the other side.
We got one more to get from home.
Yeah. Forgot I got one still at Dad's house, a boom section. Let's see. I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, somewhere right there. Maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say the hell with it, just try stuff. I'm so hungry right now, I don't even care. It'll find its way up in there. Watch your fingers. Ready? Oh, a little heavier than it looks, doesn't it? You know what? Did it hit the trailer? No, I didn't hit the trailer. It was close, but I didn't hit it. That's alright. Alright. Let's go get the bobcat. Go get something to eat. I'm hungry. Deal with that stuff later. Well, things didn't go as planned as we thought they were when we first started this video today, but things got done, things that needed to be done, and it turned out to be a good day, and we got a lot done. So tomorrow we'll start all over again, and we'll set out to try to pick some corn, see what happens. The engine kit showed up for the Peterbilt that's sitting in the shop right now over at Dad's, so that got dropped off. So we've got that on hand. So in that box is a complete engine kit for a 3406B Cat. So we'll be getting that put back together soon. I got all these tarps drug in the shop because it's supposed to get pretty cold this coming week. It's supposed to be not too bad tomorrow, but after that it's supposed to get pretty cold and icy again. So I drug these tarps in the shop because we had them laying out here trying to dry them out. We used them to cover up the porches after that concrete was poured, but they got rained on, got wet again. So the plan is get this truck out of here, get these laid out, get them folded up, and put away in storage, clean them off a little bit. I tried to do it last week before I went to Georgia, and they had too much ice on them, and I just could not get them pulled in the shop, and I didn't want to tear them because of the ice, so I just left them lay and thought, well, there'll be better days ahead. And sure enough, things dried out, or things thawed out, and I was able to move them. So thought I'm going to get them in the shop while I still can, and we'll get them folded up and get them put away. So anyways, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. See you all in the next one. Have a good evening.